Usually I go by Matt, but today I'm Mr. Steal Yo Girl.
It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Hey girl.
What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic and your local League format enthusiast. Today I'm bringing you my top 6 Steel types in the Pokemon Draft League format. I'm very excited for this one, guys, because there are so many good Steel types. Oh my god, there's like a ton of them. Making this list was honestly one of the harder ones because outside of the Legends guys or the UBs or the like mythical Pokemon, like it's very difficult to find the best ones because there are so many good ones. And when you look at it, Steel is probably one of the most useful types in the format because it's immune to what is it? Poison types, which is cool. Toxic is always a pain in the ass, but then it's very strong against normal types, and you have and rock types and like basically so many types that it's. I think what it was before Gen 6 is that all the types it was weak to, that it wasn't weak to, were the types that it resisted, which is great. So basically Steel types are some of the best defensive type Pokemon in the game, and honestly, offensively they're pretty damn good too, especially with the introduction of Fairy typing. And yeah, so let's get into it. So before I get started, this list is based off of my opinion, so if you disagree with something, that's okay. Let me know what your top 6 Steel types would be in the comment section below, and the order too. Or if you want, you can make a video, and that's a video response to me, I guess, and I will watch it. And yeah, also by the way, you should definitely join my personal Discord server. It is called The Ocean. It is linked in the description of all my videos, as well as my Twitter is there. So yeah, anyways, let's get into the top 6 Steel types in the Pokemon Draft League format. So, I didn't mention this, but the Steel types, the way I'm going to be covering the Steel types, I should say, is how they perform as Steel types. And a lot of these Pokemon, actually all of these Pokemon I'm covering, actually have secondary typings. So, because of that, I'm going to kind of ignore the secondary typings, take into consideration a little bit, but mostly look at how they do as Steel types. So, with that being said, coming in at number 6, we have Bronzong. Now, Bronzong is a great Pokemon, guys, extremely underrated, usually found in Tier 4 of most tier drafts, and pretty fairly inexpensively priced in most points drafts, and that's because this thing doesn't look like it can do that much. But its typing is phenomenal at Steel and Psychic, same as Jirachi actually, but then you have access to a really good defense and special defense stat. Ooh, excuse me. So we have 116 defense, 116 special defense, and then you have access to 67 HP, which isn't that great, but you do get access to, well, no recovery, so that's why I can't put it higher on my list actually, in case you didn't know. But you have 2 phenomenal abilities being Levitate and Heat Proof. Levitate makes you immune to ground type moves, and Heat Proof makes it so that you can makes it so that the fire type moves do half as much damage. And I believe burn damage is half too. Yeah, burn damage is also halved. So both abilities are really good, and for some reason if you want to be like the guy who runs heavy metal for, I guess, heavy slam, go ahead and do that too. But Bronzong is just so good, guys. Let's go over a couple of its moves. Probably the most important thing that this thing does get is Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball, Light Screen, and Reflect. This is a very effective supporting Pokemon, and its typing is pretty good too. It's one of the only Pokemon that actually resists or is immune to what is it called? Edgequake combination, ground and rock combinations. But let's go over its move pool. You have access to Calm Mind, which is again underrated, Earthquake, Extra Sensory, which you're probably knowing Psychic. You then have Flash Cannon, Grass Knot, Gyro Ball, and Heavy Slam. I don't know if do you guys pronounce it Gyro Ball or Gyro Ball? I say Gyro Ball. Anyways, we have Iron Head just in case your opponent has slow Pokemon that weigh a lot. Then we have Light Screen, like I said before, and Reflect, Psychic, and Psy Shock. We have Rock Polish if you want to run a fast, speedy Bronzong with that base 33 speed. But other than that, we have access to Single Beam, Shadow Ball, Stealth Rock, like I said before, Trick and Trick Room are very useful, and then Zen Headbutt. One of my favorite underrated sets is actually a Choice Banded Bronzong. That's because Bronzong has not that bad of a physical attack stat, but if you have a Brave Nature Bronzong or something with very minimal with like no EVs or IVs in speed, and you run Gyro Ball, a Choice Banded Bronzong with max attack and a positive nature is going to do a ton of damage to pretty much everything that's above base 80. So you gotta be really smart with what you're gonna do. Steel is a very good typing, and with powerful offensive stats, like powerful moves, I should say, with Zen Headbutt, Psychic, Psy Shock, running a choice item is very effective on this thing, except possibly a Choice Scarf, but that's for another story. One of the coolest sets though, again with Bronzong, is that it does get tricked, so if you do want to run Choice Scarf, you can always trick your opponent with that Scarf and then kind of cripple them, or if you know you're going to be, I guess, going up against a special Pokemon, let's say you're going up against a Milotic for some reason, you can use the Choice Band instead and then trick that Choice Band onto the Milotic and kind of cripple that thing that way. So that is my thoughts on Bronzong, guys. This Pokemon is great, and it's honestly, it could be higher on my list if I didn't do anything. If I did a no legend version of this list, then it would definitely be probably at number maybe 2 or 3 or something. This thing is really good. So moving on though, we have the next Pokemon being number 5, Skarmory. Skarmory is so good, guys, and having it all the way down at number 5 is actually insane. And you know what? I might move it to number 4. I think it's that close between this one and number 4. So let's just finish Skarmory first, and then I'll decide after that. So Skarmory is phenomenal, guys. Looking at its stats, you have base 65 HP, 80 attack, 140 defense, and then 70 HP and 70 speed. I'm going to ignore the special attack stat at base 40 because it's not important, but Skarmory is very effective, guys. It's one of the best Pokemon there are at just being a general annoyance and a very, very effective hazard stacker. You get access to Spikes and Stealth Rocks, you get access to Defog, you have Roost, you have Sturdy to live those hard-hitting hits that will take you out from one shot, from full. Yeah, and because the defense stat is so high, you can usually afford to run a lot of special defense and then no physical defense and a lot of HP, and you can pretty much take hits just as well on the special side because you do have that amazing physical bulk. So Skarmory to me is one of the best Pokemon. On an offensive perspective, I mean, the weak armor set is kind of interesting. It's been used against me once, and it's really cool. So you have access to, I believe, Swords Dance, right? You do get Swords Dance, and you can run moves like Brave Bird or Drill Peck or Fly. You then have other powerful physical moves like Iron Head, and I believe, is that the only physical move you get? Well, I think that's one of the only physical steel moves you get, but you do get Iron Head, you get Night Slash, you get Pursuit and Rock Slide, and like I said before, you have other great support options in Taunt, Stealth Rock, Spikes, Whirlwind, Tailwind. Like, this Pokemon gets a ton of great options, guys, and it's really, really powerful in its own right. Not the most amazing Pokemon in the world, and to me, I'm not the biggest fan of drafting it. I would not be the biggest fan of drafting it in if it was a tier 1 Pokemon, but it's such a good Pokemon that if I was doing a free draft, I would definitely try to pick this thing up, because not many things can just take it out. It's only weak to Fire and Electric, and really, those are pretty easy to patch up, especially since one of them has immunity in ground types, and the other one can be resisted pretty much by a few things, most notably the water type, which is one of the best things to use in the format anyway. So, of course, steel types like Skarmory are great. So those are my thoughts on Skarmory. I definitely suggest trying it, guys. Spike stacking, stealth rocking, defogging, roosting, Brave Birding, Iron Heading, Night Slashing, all these great things, guys. Definitely try this Pokemon out. At number 4, this is the Pokemon that I was kind of hesitant about putting here over Skarmory, but I kind of just said, you know what, screw it, let's do it, and let's see what you guys think of it after. And that is Kartana. Kartana is very effective, guys. I recently saw it in Tier 2. In the WPL, it was actually in Tier 2, and this thing is such a huge threat, guys. Look at its offensive stats. 181 attack. Hello, that's kind of messed up. And then 131 defense. Okay, that's also messed up. 109 speed. That's pretty damn good too. This Pokemon does have paper thin special defense stats at base 31. I believe it's less than Pheromosa, which is kind of wild. But this thing does not want to take a fire type hit. Does not want to take any special type hit, really. It'll just go down. That's easy as that. Its typing though is phenomenal at Steel and Grass, being only weak, or only, yeah, it's only weak to, is it? Yeah, it's only weak to Fire. Fire and Fighting, there we go, that's what I meant. This Pokemon is really good though, guys. Like, looking at it just from an offensive perspective, it's so powerful. You can run a Timid Nature with a few less EVs in attack boosts, like 19 or 18 EVs in attack, and then max out your speed, and then you'll be able to get your speed boost instead of your attack boost, and just run Swords Dance and start punishing people that way. So guys, Kartana is a very effective Pokemon. It's not a defensive steel type. It's not, like, straight up. I believe this is the only steel type on this list that cannot be run defensively. But it's so good at what it does. It is a defogger though, which is kind of cool. Not many people know that. But you have access to a ton of powerful options in Brick Break. You get access to Knock Off and Leaf Blade, Night Slash. Of course, you get Smart Strike, which is very cool. Sacred Sword is nice. You do get Tailwind, which is a very underrated part of it. And Exeter is also cool. It's a very effective Z user. It's one of the best offensive steel types there are. And Kartana is a Pokemon I definitely want to have on my list. But to me, I need to have a steel type that can take some hits. And that's why it's so low on my list compared to these other ones. But yeah, guys, I really like Kartana. I think it's an amazing Pokemon. I just can't have it higher. But maybe for you guys love it, and maybe you guys think it definitely deserves to be drafted onto your teams. Next up though, at number 3, we have a Pokemon that I honestly hate. I hate using it, I dislike it, but it's so good at what it does, I just can't use it for the life of me. And that is Jirachi. Jirachi, guys, is phenomenal. Same typing as Bronzong at Steel and Psychic. Unfortunately, it does not have the ground immunity that Bronzong does, but it's still great. You have access to Wish, so you have pretty reliable recovery. You have access to moves like Calm Mind and Iron Defense. You have access to moves on the physical side that are just ridiculous, like Drain Punch. You get Body Slam, which is great for the paralysis chance. You have access to Fire Punch. You have access to Ice Punch, Iron Head, Moonblast, Play Rough. Like this Pokemon gets a ton of different options, guys, and I highly suggest picking it up because it just does everything. 100 base stats all around is great. One of my favorite stats, honestly, I ran it in a mock battle for a friend of mine. I ran Calm Mind, Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Wish, and Store Power. And that set just can rip through an opponent's team, especially if your opponent does not expect it coming. So yeah, but one of my favorite things about this thing is, of course, you get U-Turn, which I love. You get Thunder Wave, which is great. Trick and Trick are nice. And yeah, look, it gets stealth marks as well. Like, this Pokemon is a great support Pokemon overall. I really think it is one Pokemon that I need to get better at using because it is so good. Some people are happy to say, yeah, it's the best Pixie. To me, it's not. That's Mew, but to me, it's still so good. I just can't use it for the life of me. What else does it get? What else does it get? I want to bring up more stuff. It gets dual screens, which is always nice. You get access to powerful special moves like Moonblast, as I said before. You get Psychic and Psyshock. You get Flash Cannon. You get access to Draco Meteor, which not many people know. And I mean, if you want to be that guy, you can run Ancient Power for that 20% chance to boost to boost all your stats. Looking at its ability, you have Serene Grace. Serene Grace is very underrated, and this is why many people hate Jirachi, because of Serene Grace having that, I believe it's what, 60% chance to flinch on Iron Head? Yeah, 60% chance to flinch on Iron Head, which is kind of ridiculous. And then you pair that with Paralysis and Thunder Wave or Body Slam, like, this thing is so annoying to beat, guys, and if you don't have a fast Dark type with knockoff or a powerful knockoff, as long as he's not holding a Cobra Berry or a fast Ghost type, whatever it is, and he's not holding a Castleberry, like, this thing can run through an entire team, so please be careful the way it's used. You could win a game, you could have a game won, and if your opponent has a Scarf Jirachi, you will probably find a way to lose that game because of flinching. So you gotta get lucky with this thing, guys, and that's why it's so powerful. That's why I can't put it lower on my list, because of all the RNG factors, and because of just how good this thing can be overall. At number 2, we have a very, very, I guess, controversial pick, and that's because it's probably never going to be drafted again because of how good this Pokemon is, and it might be banned a lot, but I can't not put it here. And this is Magearna. Magearna is ridiculous, guys. We all know this. It's banned in most leagues. Looking at stats, you have 80 HP, 95 attack, 115 defense, 115 special defense, 130 special attack, and only 65 speed, but it's fast enough so that you can run not Autotomized, it's Shift Gear, I believe. Is it Shift Gear or Autotomized? It's Shift Gear, yeah. So it's Shift Gear, but you can also run it Trick Room because you're slow enough for that. Its move pool is insane. You have access to Calm Mind, which is a great setup move, but you also have Soul Heart to set up your special attack whenever something goes down. You have Aura Sphere, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Flash Cannon, Floor Cannon, Grass Knot, freaking Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, like Volt Switch. That's a pivot. Like, this thing is amazing. Assault Vest, great. Iggy Berry, Aqua Berry, Wiggy Berry, whatever it is, amazing. What is it? What's the ground boosting berry? Shaka Berry. There we go. It's really, really good at everything it does, and it should be banned. I don't want it banned. I think if it's banned, then Lele should be banned. If Lele's allowed, then it should be allowed. But this thing is so good. But the reason why I can't put it number 1 is because the next Pokemon that I have, I absolutely love a lot more, and also that this Pokemon is a better Fairy type to me than it is a Steel type. That's just my opinion. But I mean, that's why I can't have it number 1. But I love this thing. It's great, and I definitely suggest picking it up if you can. It is definitely first overall pick worthy. But so is this next one. So let's get into it. Number 1, we have Celesteela. Celesteela, guys, I am using in the P4G Next Generation. It is so powerful, so strong. It can literally do everything. Most people think this is the best Pokemon in League format, and then it's kind of hard for me to disagree, especially if Pokemon like Magearna and Lele aren't allowed. This Pokemon is so freaking good. Look at its overall stats: 97 HP, 101 attack, 103 defense, 107 special attack, 101 special defense, and 61 speed. But that 61 speed there is okay because you do have Autotomize, which is always nice. It's heavy enough so that even if you do run Autotomize, you can still use Heavy Slam and hit things for that 120 base power. And yeah, guys, its coverage is ridiculous. You have Acrobatics and Air Slash for stab. You have Energy Ball and Giga Drain for those grass types. You do have Grass Knot as well, it's my bad. You have Earthquake, you have Fire Blast, Flame Charge, Flamethrower for those powerful fire type moves. You have Flash Cannon as well, Iron Head, Leech Seed, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Seed Bomb, like Superpower, Toxic. Zen Headbutt, this thing is so good. One of the coolest sets I actually ran. It didn't really work out because it didn't see the match that game, but I ran a Fly, Protect, Leech Seed, and Earthquake set on my Celesteela to really just be a general annoyance and really just rack up kills without really doing anything and just get good recovery back. It's an amazing Pokemon, guys. It has probably the best ability in the game, being Beast Boost, and really there's nothing you can do to stop this thing outside of a powerful fire or electric type hit. Its only weakness, and I swear this is the only weakness it has, is that it does not get reliable recovery in Roost or Recover. If it did, this Pokemon would get the swiftest bans out of anything. If you had it on your team, it would be basically impossible to kill because you'd be getting Beast Boost in your defense or special defense, guys. And look, I can't go any longer about saying how good this thing is. It is so freaking good. If you get a chance to draft it, you will not find a better Steel type out there. It's not going to happen. You will not find a better Steel type than Celesteela. Anyways, guys, that is my list. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know in the comment section below what your list is, and also like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I make a ton of Pokemon content, including list videos, including draft league battles, and other random little things. So if you guys enjoyed it, again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name is MattOshea, and I will see you all next time.